guys, how you doing? Okay, so it's like 3:30 in the morning. Still awake, just barely. My eyes were dropping at the end of the Sony conference. Don't know how I stayed awake, but I did. Yeah, so just watched Sony, and got to say, brilliant conference. I'm not a fanboy, but Sony always do great conferences. Jack Tretton in particular, I think he's a really great ambassador for PlayStation, and one of the best frontmen out there, along with Reggie from Nintendo. He does a great job every year. Very genuine, nice person. You know, he comes across as like someone you could be friends with. Actually, I find someone you could have a beer with. You know, same as Reggie. He doesn't come across like a suit. So yeah, but yeah, I'm really impressed with the conference. So gonna get straight into it. First things first. Brand new game from Quantic Dream. Something I was really looking forward to tonight, and I'm so glad they showed it. And the game is going to be called Beyond. And if you don't know Quantic Dream, they are the people that made Heavy Rain, one of the greatest games of this generation by none. Absolutely stunning title. If you've not played it, you really should, because it will just blow your mind. Yeah, I loved Heavy Rain to bits. Recently I went back and played Fahrenheit on the original Xbox. I think it was last month or the month before, and completely for the first time. Another stellar title, and you can see the evolution from Fahrenheit to Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain is just an amazing game. Yeah, and Beyond looks phenomenal. The lead character is a young girl played by Ellen Page, and it's all about the life cycle of this character apparently. So you're going to probably see her grow up, I assume, and it's to do with death as well, and souls. Yeah, it did have a subtitle. I think it was called Two Souls, Beyond Two Souls. It looked really impressive. They only showed us short gameplay, and it looked absolutely stunning. Didn't expect anything less. I mean, it's Quantic Dream, and they ain't going to get it wrong. Yeah, another PlayStation exclusive. Tick the box, brilliant start. Then they talked about All Stars Battle Royale, or Smash Brothers PlayStation. That's what it is really, isn't it? I mean, yeah. Yeah, it looks okay. It doesn't really appeal to me personally, but I'm sure for anybody who isn't a Nintendo person and is a hardcore PlayStation fan, then they're going to love that. You know, all of the PlayStation characters in one place beating the living shit out of each other. Can't be a bad thing. Then there's two new characters as well for Battle Royale, which are Nathan Drake, great choice, and strangely enough, Big Daddy from Bioshock, which don't understand that one. I thought the idea was to have PlayStation characters. Bioshock's a multi-platform game, don't understand that one. They've just said on the TV as well that Little Sister will also be included, so that's quite cool for all the Bioshock fans. But yeah, I would have thought that they'd pick Cole McGrath, to be honest. I mean, that would have made more sense, but yeah, even Nathan Hale, yeah, something PlayStation. I don't understand why they're going with Bioshock characters, but that's cool, you know, whatever. What was next? Oh yes, right, okay, so had a bit of beta news. Obviously you've got to talk about beta. So PlayStation 1 classics are going to be coming to the Vita, so you'll have to play Final Fantasy and other classics that are available. So that's a good thing if you've got a Vita. I've still not been convinced to buy one yet. Probably will in the future, because you know I will give in eventually, but I've been good enough to hold off buying one yet, because I'm not a handheld gamer as say. I like to play handhelds, but I'm not a handheld gamer. In that I won't commit to playing handhelds every day. It's just when I can be bothered really. You know, unlike consoles where I just play them all the time, so that's the main reason. And there's just not enough games either for me to warrant paying that kind of money out, and the Wii U's coming, so more important. Yeah, so what else have we got? Oh yeah, the Call of Duty game for the Vita is going to be called Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. So that's coming, so full Call of Duty experience, single player, multiplayer, everything you get on the console in the palm of your hand. So if that's your thing, there you go, that should be cool. They also announced Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation for the Vita. That should be pretty damn cool. More to see of Assassin's Creed 3 in general. I'm getting excited. Yeah, as I said earlier, not the sort of thing I would be interested in normally, but Ubisoft's press conferences kind of like got me interested in the game, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that, although I will probably pick it up on Wii U, so yeah. To coincide with Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation on Vita, they're going to release a bundle pack as well. You've got Assassin's Creed game, Liberation, and a crystal white Vita, which looks beautiful. They usually do. So the white PSP was my favourite, so that's going to be cool. And it also comes bundled with a 4GB memory card. Great stuff. Don't think they're outside the price. I can't remember. I didn't notice the price. If they did, fair enough. But if not, I don't know, maybe I missed it. And also, they're also doing an Assassin's Creed 3 PlayStation 3 bundle. So they're just getting everything out there at the moment. So that's another good thing. So if you haven't got a PlayStation 3 yet and you're interested in Assassin's Creed 3, perfect time to do it. Also a great thing because PlayStation 3 is a fantastic console, and I'll defend that machine until the end of this generation and beyond, because to me personally, and it's only my opinion, I'm not a fanboy, not by any means a fanboy, but for me personally, this generation, the PlayStation 3 is the best console. I absolutely love the PlayStation 3. I can't fault it. On a game side and an entertainment side, it just does everything I've ever wanted in a system, all in one little box, and it's brilliant. And the PS3 exclusives, you can't argue with that. I know some people do, but you can't. PlayStation just banging out exclusives left, right and centre, and they're always quality. So never afraid to take a risk with a new IP and all, which I did say this recently. So yeah, Microsoft could learn a lot from Sony. Not that they ever give a shit and will never take any notice, but they should. Next up, Far Cry 3. The guy from the Far Cry 3 team, I don't know his name, I can't remember, but he came out and announced that they're doing a 4-player co-op mode and demoed it on stage, which looked really cool. I like that kind of multiplayer. I personally would much rather do a co-op than a deathmatch. I just find that really, really cool, and I like the idea of bringing people together and playing together instead of playing against each other, because you play against each other, it just becomes aggressive, and as you know, especially when you don't play with friends and you play with randoms online, you get a lot of abuse. So to encourage 4-player co-op, very good idea. Great use of the game, and the more I look at that game, the more beautiful it looks as well. It looks really impressive. They also announced there's going to be a map editor as well, so that's pretty damn cool. Then I went to PlayStation Move, which was quite surprising because I wasn't sure if they would mention it, because they seem to have gone a bit off on the PlayStation Move. It's as if they were trying to move away from the Move sort of thing, really. But they've announced a really interesting new thing they're coming out. It's called Wonderbook. Now this is augmented reality, basically a book, and it's bringing books to life. Now I think that's a great tool if you've got kids, but I also thought as an adult it looked quite cool. They've got J.K. Rowling on board, very good move. And she's got a book, the first book coming out, which is called Book of Spells, which they demoed, looked really cool. Essentially you put the book down in front of you on the floor, you hold your PlayStation Move in your hand, which is your wand, like in the Harry Potter style, and obviously you've got the PlayStation Eye, which then allows you to do the augmented reality, and it's really, really cool. It sounded like David Tennant was doing the narration. I don't know if it was, but I think it was a doctor, so that's even cooler. Yeah, it looked really, really good from the demo. Check that out if you're interested in that kind of thing, but I think it's got potential, and as I say, I don't think it's just for kids. I actually think that adults could really enjoy it, and I think it'd be really good for families as well, to bond the family together, to especially if you've got little kids. I think it'd be really good if you've got little kids to be able to sit down with the little kids and let them use the PlayStation Move and to immerse yourself in the story. I think that'd be fantastic. Really, really great idea. So big thumbs up to Sony for that one. Next, they showed God of War Ascension. Now that looks stunning. I mean, every time I see a God of War trailer gameplay for a new God of War game, they look amazing. They really do, and they really went for it with this one. I mean, it just, as the demo went on, it seemed to get bigger and bigger and bigger until the end, and the climax was just massive. And yeah, looked fantastic. I've tried to play God of War, played 1, 2 and 3, and I just can't get into them. I don't know why, because they are my kind of game. Action games I love to bits, and I quite happily play any action game, but I just can't connect with God of War. I just find it quite boring, to be quite honest with you. I get so far and then I just think, I can't bother, and I just switch it off and go and play something else. And I really should turn that off because it's distracting. So yeah, I mean, if you're a God of War fan, you're going to look at that and be absolutely blown away because it is stunning. The visuals, they always look amazing, but they actually looked even better than ever. And Mandy Pitchford, geezer, absolute dude. Anyway, and then last of all, they closed the show with The Last of Us. First time I've seen some gameplay, and my God, does that look good. It looked absolutely stunning. I mean, it's Naughty Dog, so I'm biased anyway. I'm expecting the game to be brilliant, and it was. It didn't disappoint. Graphically, it looks absolutely stunningly beautiful, just like Uncharted. I mean, lush, detailed environments, fantastic character models, excellent animation, fantastic acting, and the most important thing that I thought was the atmosphere that it created. There was hardly any sound. The only sounds you got were the voices of your characters and characters that they came into contact with, and other sounds were like footsteps, gunshots, you know, screams, attacks, all really subtle sound effects, and it really created a tense atmosphere. It was brilliant. It looked really good. I especially like the fact that when you take cover, I think the lead character is called Joel, I think that's right. When he took cover, instead of just leaning up like with his shoulder like Nathan Drake, he actually acted like you would in that situation, and he sort of walked up to a cover and he put his hands against it like that, and he was sort of looking around. Brilliant, absolutely excellent. I thought the game looked really, really good. I love the interaction between Joel and the young girl whose name escapes me, but I'm really impressed, really, really impressed. It was a bit of a short conference, didn't seem that long, but overall, for the content, I was really impressed. I thought they did a great job, and you know, I can sometimes come across like I'm biased towards Sony, I know that, but I'm not. It's just that the PlayStation 3 is such a great system, and it really frustrates me more than anything when people slag the PlayStation 3 off and don't, for some reason, understand that it is a great gaming system, and they all seem to think that Xbox is better when it's clearly not. You know, as a gamer, you know, I've been gaming for a long, long time. I've never stopped gaming since I was a kid, and I've watched a lot of systems come and go, and I've played on a lot of systems, and I've never been biased to a system. Got close to being biased last generation with the original Xbox, but other than that, you know, I've never really been biased at all to a system, and so I can be very objective, and that's why when I look at Xbox 360, as I've said before, you know, coming off the Xbox, they really started strong with the 360 and then they slowly lost their way, and they're not getting any better, but at least they announced some new IPs today, which is good. But Sony comes strong every year. They always bring at least one or two new IPs. They're always willing to take that risk and put something fresh out there. And it just seems that no matter how many brand new IPs they create, no matter how many great sequels they make to games that they've already got, and how strong their first party lineup is, people still don't seem interested. I've got a friend who's like this, who just for some reason will not accept that the PlayStation 3 is a good console. He's just obsessed. He was an Xbox fan like myself last gen, carried on to the 360 and is stuck with the 360 and will not move from the 360, will not budge. And I don't understand that, because as a gamer, I think, why would I do that? If there's a game on another system that is brilliant, why would I not want to play that? Why would I say, no, I'm going to stay with one system, I'm going to be a fan of Microsoft and I'm not moving from that position? That's silly to me, because I think, well, if Sony have got the games, I want to play them, I'm going to do what I can to get a PlayStation, and I'm going to play those games, just like Nintendo. The Wii may not have that many games that I want to play, but for the ones that it does have, I need the Wii. So I need the Wii. I don't understand that, so yeah, it's beyond me. But yeah, I really love the PlayStation 3 to bits. It's a great system. I'm really impressed with the Sony press conference anyway. You know, I will waffle on otherwise. Some great content, some great games. They maybe could have done a bit more, maybe added a few more things in there to mix it up a little bit. I was hoping for a sort of, at least a mention of PlayStation 4. I know they said they weren't going to say anything about it, but I thought, you know, just a nod, just to say, like, you know, just the same with Microsoft, with just let us know they are working on these consoles and they are coming, because we know they are. I mean, they've got to be, I would hope. But yeah, so there you go, guys. That's my thoughts anyway. I really enjoyed the Sony conference, and just to be quite honest, if they were only showing Beyond and The Last of Us, I'd have been chuffed as anything. But all the extra stuff was really cool to see as well. And that one, was it Wonder Book, was it? I think that's what it was called, yeah, Wonder Book. Really interesting concept, and I think that's got legs, so great stuff. Let me know what you think anyway, guys, in the comments below. Make video responses as well, because, you know, I love video responses. Always good to see people's opinions. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you all again soon.